Speaking of AI that seems almost human, did you hear about that rumor about ChatGPT?
The one where it's starting conversations on its own? Yeah, I saw that.
Someone claimed it popped up out of nowhere, asking about their high school experience.
I know. It's important to remember that it's just a rumor at this point, but it does kind of tap into a growing anxiety about AI becoming too autonomous, you know what I mean?
For sure. It's like, where do we draw the line between a helpful assistant and something a little more unsettling?
Exactly. It's a question we'll be grappling with more and more as AI continues to evolve.
No doubt. Okay, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about AI video, which is exploding right now. Runway ML, for example, just released a new model that's supposed to be miles ahead of anything we've seen before. Imagine taking a video of yourself and instantly making it look like you're walking on Mars.
I know, it's wild. The quality of these new AI video generation tools is truly remarkable. And it's not just about fun effects either. That partnership Runway ML has with Lionsgate.
With the film studio?
Yeah, that's a major development. They're training their models on a massive library of professional films, which means we could soon be seeing AI-generated video that's virtually indistinguishable from, the real deal.
Wow. So like Hollywood-level quality.
Potentially, yeah. And it's not just them either. Both Runway ML and Luma Labs just made their APIs public.
So anyone with the technical know-how can now build their own AI video generation tool.
Pretty much. It's like handing out blueprints to a revolutionary new technology, this kind of open access. It has the potential to, democratize the creative landscape, right? Putting these powerful tools in the hands of independent filmmakers, artists, even everyday users.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is. It's like we're on the cusp of a whole new era in video creation, and it's exciting, but also a little
unnerving.
Yeah, exactly. On the one hand, we have this incredible potential to tell stories and create art in ways we never thought possible. But on the other hand, the ease with which we can now manipulate reality.
That's the double-edged sword of AI, right?
Exactly.
A perfect example of that is this Chinese model, Sing. Wolf demonstrates it in his video.
Yeah.
It lets you control the movement of elements within an AI-generated video by, get this, literally drawing arrows on a still image. It's like digital puppetry.
It is. The level of control it offers is, it's impressive. Imagine the possibilities for animators, filmmakers, educators even. But like you said, it also raises concerns about the potential for misuse, especially when it comes to creating misleading or harmful content.
Yeah, definitely a double-edged sword. And it's not just Sing either. This level of control, it's becoming more and more common in these AI video tools.
Which brings us to the whole legal side of things. Wolf actually touched on some new AI laws that were just passed.
In California, right?
Yeah, California. 8 new laws, if I remember correctly.
8? That's a lot. What's the gist?
Well, it seems like California is really trying to take the lead in regulating AI. Makes sense, considering how many tech companies are based there. But yeah, 2 of the new laws specifically address deepfake pornography.
Oh, wow. So that's officially a thing now.
It is, unfortunately. But yeah, they've made it illegal to create or distribute that kind of content without consent.
Well, that's good to hear, especially with how realistic these deepfakes are getting. But what about other types of AI-generated content? Is there anything in those laws about that?
There is. There's another law that mandates online platforms, like your Facebooks and your, X's.
Right.
They either have to remove AI-generated deepfakes that are related to elections or label them very clearly. Plus, those platforms have to make it easy for users to report suspected deepfakes. So, some concrete steps towards combating misinformation.
Okay, so that's something, especially during elections. But what about protecting artists and performers? Remember all that controversy a while back about a deceased actor being digitally resurrected for a film?
Right. That sparked a whole debate.
It did.
And California is actually tackling that head on too. One of the new laws requires studios to get permission from actors before creating AI replicas of their voice or likeness. Another prohibits the digital recreation of deceased performers without consent from their estates.
Which, that seems fair. But then what happens when you're dealing with someone who's no longer alive to give consent? Who gets to decide that?
See, that's where things get really complicated. It brings up all sorts of questions about intellectual property, legacy, even what constitutes consent in this digital age. And those are not easy questions to answer. And frankly, they're only going to become more pressing as AI technology advances.
It's true. It does feel like we're opening a Pandora's box, doesn't it? We've unleashed this incredibly powerful technology, And now we're scrambling to figure out how to manage all the consequences.
Exactly. And one of the biggest questions, at least for me, is about liability. Like, if an AI system causes harm, who's ultimately responsible? Is it the developer, the user?
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
So are there laws about that yet? I thought those California ones we were talking about, I thought those covered pretty much everything.
Well, California might be ahead of the curve, but there's a crucial piece of legislation still pending. SB 1047. This bill, it aims to hold AI model creators responsible for any major harm their creations cause, even if they weren't directly involved in the incident.
Wait, hold on. So if I create an AI model and someone uses it to, let's say, cause a self-driving car to malfunction,
Right.
I could be held liable even though I had nothing to do with the accident itself.
That's the idea behind the bill, yes. And as you can imagine, it sparked a huge debate. How do you balance innovation with public safety? Should AI developers be held accountable for every possible misuse of their creations, even unforeseen ones? Or will that just stifle progress and prevent potentially beneficial advancements? It's a tough call. Governor Newsom has until the end of the month to decide whether to sign or veto it.
Wow, okay, so a lot riding on that decision.
A lot, yeah.
Well, I'll be watching that outcome very closely. This SB 2047, that sounds like it could reshape the entire AI landscape.
It's already sending ripples through the tech world. Open source developers, for example, they're particularly concerned about the potential chilling effect it could have on collaboration and open access to AI code.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
But let's zoom out from the legal battles for a moment and talk practicalities. I mean, what does all this mean for creators and businesses right now?
Yeah.
Should we all be rushing to incorporate AI video into everything we do?
Well, it's tempting to jump on the bandwagon for sure, but I think a more measured approach is essential, right? Just because you can generate a video using AI doesn't mean you always should. It's about using these tools strategically to enhance your existing workflows, not just chasing the latest shiny object,
Quality over quantity.
Exactly. And that's where some of the other announcements in Wolf's video come in. YouTube, for example. They're rolling out several AI-powered tools aimed at helping creators brainstorm ideas, generate video outlines and thumbnails, even auto-dub their content into multiple languages.
See, now those sound like genuinely helpful tools, especially for creators with limited resources. What about Snapchat? What are they doing in the AI space?
Snapchat's dipping their toes into the text-to-video pool, you could say, allowing select creators to generate short videos from text prompts. They're also adding a feature similar to Google Lens, where users can identify objects through their camera.
I feel like everything's becoming AI-powered these days.
Well, it's definitely a trend.
So what about Amazon? Are they jumping on this AI video bandwagon too?
Oh, absolutely. Amazon's very focused on the e-commerce side of things, naturally. They've got this new AI tool that actually generates product videos for Amazon listings.
Oh, wow. So you don't even have to make your own videos anymore.
Well, you still can, but this could be huge for sellers who, maybe don't have the resources for high-quality video production. And that's not all. They're also rolling out an AI assistant designed to help sellers, manage their businesses more efficiently.
It's amazing, isn't it, how AI is just seeping into every corner of our digital lives.
It really is. And we're just scratching the surface.
I know, right? It's almost like what we talked about today. It's just this little snapshot
Of a much bigger picture.
Wow.
What seems groundbreaking today might be, old news tomorrow.
Exactly. It's impossible to keep up with.
It really is. We're long past the point of predicting the future of AI. It's more about learning to adapt, to evolve alongside it.
So as we try to do just that, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listener walks away with today?
That's a good question. I think the biggest thing is just realizing that AI isn't some, distant concept anymore. It's here, it's evolving incredibly fast, and it's changing everything. The way we create, the way we consume information, even just the way we interact with the world around us.
It's not just about the technology itself, right? It's about what it means for us as humans.
Exactly. We need to be having these conversations. We need to be asking the tough questions. And maybe, just maybe, we can figure out how to shape this technology to use it for good.
I like that. A little bit of cautious optimism. Well, on that note, we'll leave our listeners to ponder all of this. Thanks for joining us for the Deep Dive, where we explore the depths of information and hopefully equip you with the knowledge you need to navigate this crazy, ever-evolving world we live in.
Until next time.